Welcome back to Legion Builds, where I bring your favorite fictional characters into the light so you can bring them into your games of Dungeons & Dragons. That whole opening was a very bad attempt to be clever on my part, as we are building a true terror in the darkness today, the Phantasm. Andrea Beaumont was a Gotham socialite and the first love of Bruce Wayne, till her father's more nefarious friends got him killed. Andrea, like Bruce, chose to become something else. But unlike Bruce, she chose to become something more sinister, the Phantasm. Our goals today are to make you a better Batman, in a manner of speaking. You and Batman have a lot in common, but you're way scarier. Proclaiming yourself an angel of death is a bit more intimidating than a man dressed as a bat as he jumps off roofs, especially when that bat won't kill. Speaking of, next we need to make you deadly. You don't just say you're an angel of death, you are death. Finally, you need to be really hard to nail down, like standing on an empty rooftop and then vanishing into smoke. For this build, we'll be using the following books: The Player's Handbook, Tasha's Cauldron of Everything, and Xanathar's Guide to Everything. We're using standard point array and we are multi-classing, so pay attention to those stat minimums. Wisdom will be first with a 15. Sneaking into a place is pretty meaningless if you're not aware of your surroundings. Dex will follow at 14. You did hear me say sneaking into places, right? Stealth is good. Con will be next at 13. If you're going to go toe-to-toe with thugs, you need to be in decent shape. Charisma will be 12. The Phantasm is a scary bastard, but you also need to be deceitful so no one will know what you're capable of. Intelligence will be low with a 10, and we're going to have to dump strength as we have an 8. The Phantasm is a normal human, but has some interesting skills. Custom lineage is going to make you very unique with a free feat after your stat adjustment. Place +2 into Dex and grab the feat Fey Touched. This adds +1 to Wisdom and grants you 2 spells. First, Misty Step. This is a bonus action that lets you vanish into a cloud of mist and teleport up to 30 feet away. Next, we have Charm Person. This lets you force a wisdom save on a humanoid within 30 feet of you. Should they fail, they now consider you a friend for 1 hour. After that hour, they will know what you did. Use this to gain a person's trust before you reveal your true intentions. This feat allows you to cast each of these spells for free once per long rest, or when you gain the appropriate spell slots. Dark Vision allows you to see in perfect darkness for a range of 60 feet. For your background skills, grab Stealth and Deception. We're going to start things off by focusing on damage and stealth. Rogues start with 4 skills. Grab Acrobatics, Insight, Investigation, and Sleight of Hand. Level 1 rogues start off with Expertise. Choose 2 skills and now you have double the proficiency bonus for them. I suggest Stealth and Deception. Sneak attack is bonus damage you deliver to enemies while wielding a finesse or ranged weapon that you have advantage on or within 5 feet of an ally. By the way, if they can't see you, that's advantage. This starts off as 1d6. I would definitely say your bladed gauntlet is a finesse weapon, and I would suggest a short sword as a stand-in, unless you can convince your DM to create a bladed gauntlet. Level 2 rogues have cunning actions. Now, dash, disengage, and hide are bonus actions for you. Time to start working on fear and the violence. Moving over to Ranger, you gain another skill. Grab Perception. Level 1 Rangers start off with Deft Explorer. This grants you multiple features as you level up. At level 1, you gain Canny. This is like Expertise, but for only 1 skill. Place this into Perception. Favored Foe lets you mark an enemy you hit for up to 1 minute. While you maintain this, you will deal extra damage to that target, starting with the turn you hit. This starts off with a d4 but will grow over time. Level 2 Rangers gain a fighting style. Dueling adds +2 to your damage while you're holding a weapon in one hand and no other weapon in the offhand. You're also a spellcaster. Starting off, you gain 2 spells at level 1. For those spells, Fog Cloud creates a 20-foot radius sphere of mist at a point you choose within 120 feet, heavily obscuring the area. Cure Wounds heals you 1d8 plus your Wisdom modifier. Level 3 Rangers receive their subclass. Just like Batman, you utilize fear as a weapon, and there is one subclass that does that better than anyone else. The Gloomstalker. Gloomstalker magic grants you free spells at certain levels. At this level, Disguise Self creates an illusion around you to make you appear as someone else for 1 hour. This will actually allow you to go from being someone who is rather small to looking like a scary Grim Reaper. Quickly don your Phantasm costume to scare some people. Now this is just an illusion, so if anyone touches you, they'll know it's an illusion. Dread Ambusher does several awesome things. First, you now add your wisdom to your initiative. The first round of combat, your speed is increased by 10 feet for that turn, and you can make a special attack the first round of combat. If this special attack hits, you will deal an extra d8 of damage on top of your normal damage. Umbral Sight increases your dark vision by 30 feet, and allows you to avoid the sight of any creature that uses dark vision, making you invisible in darkness. Now remember, this only makes you invisible to creatures with dark vision. True Sight and Blind Sight will not be affected by this. For your new spell, Long Strider increases your speed by 10 feet for 1 hour. You can also at this level choose another feature between Primeval Awareness and Primal Awareness, but neither work for you, so I'm not going to talk about them. Go ahead and check them out. Level 3 Rogues also receive their subclass, and this will be our last level in Rogue, so we need to hit hard. Assassins are, well, assassins. Pretty easy to understand. Assassinate gives you advantage on attack rolls against creatures that have yet to take their turn in combat, and any hit you make against a surprise creature is critical. Your sneak attack is now 2d6. Level 4 Rangers earn our first ability score improvement, bump up dex for better stealth and attacks. Level 5 Rangers now have extra attack. You can now attack twice with a single attack action. You also receive 2nd level spell slots, so Misty Step is no longer a one-shot use. Your new Gloomstalker spell is Rope Trick. This lets you cause a rope to rise up to 60 feet and create an extra dimensional space that can hide you. You can see out of the space, but no one can see into it. This lasts for 1 hour and makes a perfect ambush spot. For your normal Ranger spell, Pass Without Trace adds 10 to your stealth checks for up to 1 hour while you maintain this spell. While active, you can't be tracked by non-magical means or leave tracks. Level 6 Rangers receive their new Deft Explorer feature, Roving. Your total speed is increased by 5 feet, and you have a swimming and climbing speed equal to your walking speed. Your favorite foe damage is now a d6. Level 7 Gloomstalker Rangers receive Iron Mind. You are now proficient in wisdom saves. For your new spell, Jump triples your jump distance for 1 minute. Level 8 Rangers earn another ability score improvement. Let's cap off dex for a 20. Land Stride makes moving through non-magical difficult terrain cost no extra movement. Level 9 Rangers receive 3rd level spells. For your new Gloomstalker spell, Fear awakens true dread within your enemies. Creating a 30-foot cone, you force a wisdom save on everyone within. Failing, you become their living nightmare. They drop everything in their hands and now can only use their action to run away from you. And they can only retake the save when they break line of sight from you. As I always say with this spell, don't let them break line of sight. Seriously, as long as they can see you, they can't do anything. Now you must maintain this for 1 minute. For your new Ranger spell, non-detection makes you impossible to be tracked by magical means from divination magic, and you can't be spied upon with scrying. Best part is, this spell lasts 8 hours and you don't have to maintain it. Level 10 Rangers gain their final feature from Deft Explorer, Tireless. As an action, you can give yourself temporary hit points equal to 1d8 plus your wisdom modifier. You can do this a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus per long rest. You can also reduce 1 level of exhaustion with a short rest now. Nature's Veil lets you turn invisible with a bonus action until the start of your next turn. You can use this feature a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus per long rest. Level 11 Gloomstalkers now have Stalker's Flurry. Now, once per turn, when you miss with a weapon attack, you get another attack as part of the same action. For your new spell, Silence creates a 20-foot radius sphere of pure silence for 10 minutes while you maintain the spell. Everything within the sphere can't hear, can't cast spells with verbal components, and is immune to thunder damage. Level 12 Rangers earn another ability score improvement. Bump up Wisdom for better healing and perception. Level 13 Rangers now have 4th level spells. For your new Gloomstalker spell, Greater Invisibility makes you invisible for 1 minute while you maintain this spell. Nothing will cause this spell to drop unless you lose concentration or you just decide to drop it. For your new Ranger spell, Locate Creature is going to help you track your targets. For up to 1 hour while you maintain the spell, you can sense the direction of one creature that you are familiar with as long as you're within 1,000 feet. Level 14 Rangers receive an improvement to their favored foe. You will now deal 1d8 to your marked target. Vanish makes it so you can't be tracked by non-magical means whatsoever unless you want to be found. Level 15 Gloomstalkers gain their final feature, Shadowy Dodge. This makes hitting you even harder. Surrounding yourself with Wisp of Mist, you can use your reaction to make one attack against you have disadvantage. This does not work if the attack has advantage on you. For your new spell, Freedom of Movement makes you harder to catch. For 1 hour, your total movement can't be affected or reduced by difficult terrain or by spells and other magical effects. Spells that paralyze or restrain you also have no effect. Finally, you can use 5 feet of your movement to free yourself from non-magical restraints. Level 16 Rangers earn our final ability score improvement, Cap Off Wisdom with a 20. Our final level is level 17 Ranger, and now you have 5th level spells. For your final Gloomstalker spell, Seeming is a longer lasting disguise self. Now the illusion lasts for 8 hours, but still follows the rules of disguise self. For your final Ranger spell, Steel Wind Strike allows you to target up to 5 creatures within 30 feet of you and make a melee spell attack against each one. On a hit, the creature will take 6d10 force damage, and then you can teleport within 5 feet of one target, hit or miss. Now that you've hit level 20, let's recap. Your stats should be Strength 8, Dex 20, Con 13, Intelligence 10, Wisdom 20, Charisma 12, with total levels being Ranger 17, Rogue 3. Alright, let's dive in. Firstly, even Batman will have trouble finding you. You're adding plus 17 to your stealth without magic, plus 27 with magic. You can't be tracked by magical or non-magical means. You can also become invisible multiple ways, hide within a magically created ambush point. You can have a total movement of 45 feet, can escape shackles, and make yourself look like anyone. Or just make yourself look like you're wearing your disguise and then drop it. You're also really good in combat. You're dealing 1d8 plus 7 with a short sword, adding 1d8 to the damage with your special attack, 2d6 with sneak attack, and can auto crit if you surprise the target. You can also attack any number of opponents with a single attack each, dealing 6d10 force damage, remake attacks that miss, have advantage on the attack, give disadvantage on attacks against you, and finally, your favored foe adds 1d8 to a marked target. To cap it all off, your overall health is around 140 taking the average, and you can give yourself temporary HP equal to 1d8 plus 5. Downside, just gonna say it, you have a lot of concentration spells, like most of them. You also have no magical damage save for one spell, so you're not gonna beat resistances. Thankfully, if you're fighting creatures that have resistance against non-magical damage, chances are your DM would have allowed you to find a magical weapon or even buy one. This really is a build that's made for one thing: get to the target. Nothing slows you down or hampers you from getting to your target and delivering a fatal blow. Thank you for joining me today. Make sure to check out all my other character builds like Batman, Trevor Belmont, Hellboy, and more. Make sure to like and subscribe to never miss a new build, and give a thumbs up if you like this.